Cheers! Welcome to Movie Bitches! Merry Christmas!
Happy holidays!
Woo! We're doing a very special episode.
Oh, yes.
It is a Hallmark Christmas Movies episode!
It's a very special episode.
You guys responded so well to our made-for-TV Christmas movie drinking game.
Oh, yes.
That we decided this year that we had to actually put it to the test.
Oh, I also have a few add-ons.
Oh, good. Yeah, I think we need more, right?
Yeah. Well, this year, the theme was inns. Remote, snowy inns.
Yeah.
Like, that replaced all the diners that people were working at last year. And then I feel like impromptu snowball fight.
Oh, boy. Definitely impromptu snowball fight goes on the list. Also, I feel like there was a lot of snowing and wistful remembrance of like, oh, God, that's why I love this place, because it snows.
Oh, yeah.
I loved living here because it snows.
Yeah. Have you ever had an impromptu snowball fight?
Sure.
Really?
Yeah.
I have not.
I mean, not just like, here I am in this place where there has been snow and there is snow. Now all of a sudden I'm going to start throwing snow at you. No. It's typically more like, oh, we've been driving to this place that has snow.
Yeah.
Oh, we got out to stretch our legs. Snowball fight, you know. Like, oh my God, here's the snow that we drove 3 hours to.
I think another thing we need to add to the drinking game is, does the soundtrack have some sort of public domain sounding Christmas song that you're like, that sounds like this, but it's not. I think that should be on the drinking game.
I think so too.
Where you go, is that? No.
Oh, it's Jingle. No.
Oh.
JingleBalls, did you say? It's like, you know, it's like.
Oh, Holy Night? With a K.
Now that would be a movie I would watch.
Ooh! Some sort of Outlander, time-traveling, Knights of the Round Table, sexy romance situation. Oh, Holy Night.
Like a literal knight in shining armor that saves her, but then he comes back into modern day. It's like a little bit of, what was that?
Kate and Leopold?
Yeah, Kate and Leopold.
But they're not related?
Exactly. At all.
At all.
I also like one that would be like, We Three Kings.
They're in a throuple, and three guys are all fucking.
That's what it is.
And it's a romance.
I love it. It's a throuple romance, because when do you get that? I like it. We Three Kings, the throuple movie. Or it's We Three Kings.
Yeah.
And it's like a family, a group of three brothers, maybe triplets, whose last name is King.
Yeah,
And it's like, they all like end up, it's like seven brides for seven brothers.
Seven brothers. It's like, they meet a set of girl triplets, and then they all happen to fall in love.
Sure.
Great. So,
Speaking of inns.
speaking of inns, well, so we did mostly Hallmark.
Yeah, we tried to
movies.
mostly stick it to Hallmark. They had this whole thing where it was they were going to release 33 new films this year.
I watched a lot of them.
A fair amount of them.
We decided we would do a broad range, so we typed, once again, the best advice I can give you this time of year. Type Christmas into any sort of Netflix, Hulu, Amazon search engine, and find the shittiest poster you can find. So we found The Spirit of Christmas.
Oh my God.
And it's bananas.
It's bananas.
I don't even know. It's one part horror movie, one part rom-com, one part holiday film. I don't even know how this happened. I was reading the description. You're like, great, okay, overworked lawyer. Goes to a Vermont inn to, all of the above. Yeah, she has to try and convince the new owner to sell, who's a ghost. She falls in love with a ghost. In the description, I was like, what?
Exactly.
Don't tell me, I mean, do tell me, because that's the reason I watched it, but I was like, wait, who wrote this?
Yeah.
Oh boy, so it starts, and it's question mark Civil War era.
Oh yeah, this was so weird.
I had so many questions about the time period. I was fully convinced he was a Civil War soldier coming back from the war.
Oh, yeah.
And then we see people at a fabulous party wearing late 1800s garments. maybe 19 teens.
Maybe.
I spent most of the movie trying to figure out what era this was supposed to be taking place in, and I was never given a sufficient answer.
No.
The conclusion I came to, and the joke that I made, was that, oh, clearly they got all these costumes for free from some museum with some friend, some costume company or something, and they went, well, it's close enough.
Yeah.
Should we rewrite the script so
it doesn't matter.
He's not in the 1920s and it looks like, oh, no, it's fine. We'll just leave it. Yeah. It's great. I mean, it looks like Mimi in St. Louis. It's weird.
It does, yeah. He has to be a rum runner, Avaryl.
He's a rum runner. I did honestly think at some point that they hired the main guy simply because he had the clothes. He was like, oh yeah, I do this on the weekend, this is my look. Oh, you need me to be a 1920s bootlegging ghost? Great. Oh no, you already bought the costume, so it's 1890s? Yikes. Well, let's just go with it. So then we cut to today, and little baby Deborah Messing, little munchkin Deborah Messing, but she's a workaholic.
Oh yeah, she works too hard.
Kate's a little wrapped up in her work.
Holly Grove Inn. Nice, huh?
Charming. Who gets it?
And they want it sold quickly.
By?
End of the year.
That's in 3 weeks.
I also had lots of questions about his ghostness.
Oh my god.
So he's just corporeal the whole movie.
Yeah, they explain it away with something where it's like, oh no, I'm not just a ghost, I'm cursed. And the curse is that for 12 days before Christmas, I come back as a real human being who can eat and drink and live.
Presumably fuck.
Yeah.
But they don't bring it up.
Tiny little ghost sperm?
Are his sperm like ghosts too? Are they dead? Can she only get pregnant?
Have ghost babies?
Have ghost babies? Or do they only get pregnant in those 12 days and then does it disappear? Is it like a time traveler's wife situation? Like she keeps have miscarriages. This went to a weird place.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, he's just walking around. He looks like some douchebag hipster.
Yeah.
You know, who drinks out of mason jars and types on a typewriter.
Yep.
Remember his accent? Remember how his accent is?
Which one?
Is oh boy, all over the place. He's French. He's Canadian. He's Southern. He's old-timey.
Bit of advice, there's more to life and the afterlife than one can find in the realm of flickering lights and pipe organ music.
The way he says things and emphasizes on weird words. Very bizarre. I mean, at one point the movie just became self-aware and she was just like, this curse is weird. I was like, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Who wrote this? What's going on?
I'm no expert on curses, but this one seems weird. He's a ghost except for 2 weeks. Why? Did he insult a witch?
How else would you explain this?
It was like, he comes back, he's a ghost for the rest of the year, but for 12 days before Christmas because his girlfriend made a miracle promise about something or another, and I don't know.
It wasn't...
That's what it was.
It wasn't a curse. It
was a miracle. She's staying at this inn, there's a ghost, and it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
It's straight up a horror movie. She's alone in this house, there's creaking doors, he comes up from behind her as a shadowy spirit, and then she gets knocked unconscious, and the whole time, she is just nonplussed.
Yeah, she's just
like, this annoying hipster is in my inn that I'm trying to sell because I'm a business lady. And it was insane. It was like the writer was like, oh, well, we can't make her like this scared, fraidy cat woman who's weak. We have to make her tough and businesslike, but like it made her like not a person. Like not a human person with like actual reactions. Like you get knocked unconscious after seeing a ghost and wake up in the morning and go, oh, what are you doing here?
I'm not leaving. You're the trespasser.
A man cannot trespass on his own property.
This inn belongs to the Forsyth Trust, which means you should leave before I call the sheriff.
Even though this movie is kind of a horror movie, I think the scariest thing that happens is that quilt that she wakes up under. Remember that patchwork quilt?
No.
It's horrifying. Atrocious. So she hits her head, a vase falls on her head, and throughout the next few scenes, people just keep saying, how's your head?
How's your head?
How's your head?
It's fine.
No complaints.
Never had any complaints.
This wasn't a very good movie.
It was hilarious. I found it to be very fun.
I did find it to be very fun. It was not one of my favorites of these.
It's worth watching because it's insane.
Yes.
Like I can't express enough how just
insane
like
it is.
what, who, what?
So many weird choices.
Her shellacked hair. It's just absolutely perfect every single time. Like I feel like this movie wavered between utter insanity.
Yeah.
and very self-aware, like, oh, we get it. We know what we're trying to do.
Sure.
Most clearly when she walks into a room and he is simply ironing shirtless.
Oh my god. So absurd. But like old-timey ironing.
Of course he's old-timey ironing. Now, if you only had 12 days as a corporeal being, would you be bothering ironing?
Nope.
The
I
other
would
time?
honestly
Is
just
he
be shirtless around the inn the whole time.
Is he just wrinkly all year?
I'd pull a Michael Fassbender and polish my inn, you know?
Polish your Christmas tree? Candy cane.
There you go.
It's better.
Candy cane's better.
I mean, he really should just be like, I want to be alone so I can be naked. Because he's like a big old grouch the whole movie. Yeah, he just turns around all like, oh, these? Yeah, apparently ghosts work out. I mean, it's just so silly. I think the only actor worse than the main guy was girlfriend Lily from the 1890s.
From X
She was
period.
just like, oh my god, what if you're disgraced or killed or worse?
If you're in disgrace or jail or worse.
Charles blows the dangers out of proportion.
No, I'm the one who doesn't want you to go through with this. I am.
Lily.
Promise me you won't go along with Harry's scheme.
And then she's just saddled with these heavy clothes
like
that don't
She kind
fit.
of sounded like Angela.
She kind of sounded like Mila Kunis.
I am.
Lily.
Promise me you won't go along with Harry's scheme.
I didn't want them to fall in love because he's a creepy ghost.
Yep.
And at a certain point I was like, oh, he's the perfect boyfriend for her because they can be together for 12 days out of the year and the other days she can just be a workaholic. It'll be great.
Sure. Actually, no, I have to have those 2 weeks before Christmas off because that's the only time I get to see my boyfriend. Because he's a ghost all of the other days of the year.
This curse is weird, I know, right?
And then there's like some weird, stupid explanation about like how now he can just like live his life with her.
So this was the most offensive as far as just like logic goes, right? So he's a ghost. He's straight up a ghost.
He's been murdered.
He's been
and is a
murdered
ghost.
and has been dead for 90 years and is a ghost. And then it turns out a bad actress lady.
Yep, Lily.
Wished a Christmas miracle that he would come back for 12 days. It's unclear.
Unclear.
And he has a choice. He can go with Lily into the gazebo, or not, and decide to be alive. and he just decides to be alive. And I found that to be confusing. Oh, okay, this is how this works? Okay. Sure?
He's now reincarnated because of her Christmas wish?
It would have made more sense if it was a curse and like the curse was lifted. Even then, he's a ghost. It doesn't make sense.
He's already dead. Like if it was some Hocus Pocus realness, right? Where it's like, oh, now Thackeray is not the cat anymore. He is now a human being again.
This is magic. I mean, I guess a Christmas miracle is magic. I had some questions.
Yeah.
I'm never going to get my answers.
No, you're not.
I also thought that the guy that ran the inn was totally going to end up being the guy's like great-great-grandson. And that was going to be like a full circle, and then he like got to meet the son that he never met.
Oh, that'd be really cute.
Because he got
but
killed
I thought
before.
the son died.
They threw that in like a one-liner, like, oh, and then the baby died.
But that would have been better. Why would
great?
you have the baby? Like, yeah.
And he finds out, and you're my son. Because they were chatting and having like and that would have been like, oh, and he's a perfect, and then they could all run the inn together. And she can just not have a career anymore because that's how these movies go.
Mostly.
She's going to run an inn.
Yeah.
There's a lot of quitting my job to run an inn in this. And
You know,
it just seems like a bad idea.
It seems like a bad idea. It reminds me of Baby Boom. That was what it was called, right?
I mean, the Diane Keaton movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
Bangs and Belts.
Yeah, she's like, fuck this lawyer shit. I'm gonna go fucking buy a house in Vermont, and it's gonna be great.
It's the, fantasy, right?
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna go run a small inn in the snowy winter time, and everything will be great. And
Everything will
I'll
be lovely and
financially
Christmassy and
sound, and it'll just be okay.
Or no one will still show up because that place is haunted. And the haunted ghost now is a real life person who's running the inn. Still weird.
Where are they going to get... He doesn't have a social security number. They're going to have a hard time just living, because he's been a ghost for 90 years. Maybe because she's a lawyer, she can
I don't know.
Lawyers. So yeah, I would say watch it.
I would say watch it because oh boy, but watch it with like some port. You need something a little stronger than regular wine.
It's just so tonally bizarre. Like there's just straight up horror scenes.
Daniel!
Leave him alone! Get out of here!
You know, and then he watches her sleep. Like there's a lot of just like what's going on here. But then there's like shirtless ironing. So
Yeah,
it's all over the place.
No impromptu snowball fights though.
No. So anyway, that was the spirit of Christmas.
Good.
Spirits, because he was a rum runner.
Oh, and he's a ghost. So the next one I want to talk about. I don't think you've seen this one.
Okay.
It's called A Snow Globe Christmas.
I have not seen it.
And I saw the title and I was like, well, I have to absolutely watch this.
100%.
And I was like, is it at the end? Is it just all like Santa over a snow globe?
Is it 30 Rock?
So I don't know because I turned it off.
Great.
It's a workaholic film producer
Check.
who makes Christmas movies.
Exclusively.
She makes cheesy Christmas movies.
Wow, I mean, that sounds fun.
Spot on, right? You're like, okay, they get what's going on here.
Yeah, love this.
Oh boy, it was a mess.
Oh no, who's in it? Nobody.
The guy from Clueless.
Which guy?
The boyfriend.
Which boyfriend?
Your boy Christian's a fruitcake.
Donald Faison?
Yeah, so he's in it as her husband in this. Okay, I just have to explain it. It's like nonsense bonkers.
Okay.
So there's like this whole thing where she has like this pretty boy boyfriend, but he's an asshole, and he's like, I'm going to Vegas for Christmas. No, that was in the dream world. Oh, we'll get there.
Wait, there's a dream world?
Yes.
What?
Yes. So she has this weird thing with snow globes.
Yeah.
She has this giant snow globe on set that she keeps stroking like it's Dr. Evil's cat.
No.
There's this woman who's like the Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta quit working so much. I'm special magic Christmas lady.
Yeah, of course.
And she's like,
it's everything you'll never have.
and then she wakes up and Murray from Clueless is like, honey, are you okay? And it was an impromptu snowball fight.
Oh, of course.
With her 2 children.
Oh boy, so it's the family
that she's had through Murray. Yeah. Like, but all of the people from work are there, it's like...
Sure. When did you turn it off?
30 minutes in.
That's what happens.
Oh, like a lot happens. It's like, but then she keeps trying to escape, but she can't escape, and there's a train that goes, because it's like the snow globe town.
But then you don't know. I was going to say, I'm assuming she meets Murray in real life, or it's like an old boyfriend that she's like, wow, that was...
No, Murray was the old boyfriend that got away.
And then I'm sure at the end
Who was into musical theater.
Of course.
I stopped once she started, like, directing their
like school
Christmas nativity play or whatever, and she was like, no. And her...
A lobster at the boat.
Jesus. And I was just like, okay, I can't with this movie. I can't.
So you
I can't.
bounced.
I was just like, this is taking too long.
Yeah.
It's not doing what I want. I'm out of here.
Great.
When the woman's like, no, I'm not married to you.
Yeah.
No, I don't want this. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
You're not really rooting for it, you know?
You're like, oh, maybe you should.
It's a little rapey.
I have a couple that I watched.
Okay.
That are like, sure.
Nice.
You can watch that. One was called Christmas in the Air.
Ooh.
Now, you'd think it was about some sort of radio situation.
Love it.
It's not.
Ah.
About an overworked widower, toy maker father, just can't get his life together. He runs into this woman who's a professional organizer. Now, everyone in this movie is just like, what the fuck is that?
Well, that's good. At least that they asked about it.
Heard that before.
Have
just
you?
Like, I could imagine hiring someone to be a professional organizer.
That seems like a fake job. I mean, I would love to be... If I could have a career just organizing people's shit...
This is what I'm saying. And
hire me.
And that
I'm
was
the best.
her character motivation. She was just like, look, I'm great at it. And so they sort of get together. It was cute enough.
Okay.
I liked the dad. He was a good actor. And the lady was cute. And, it seems a little bit ick, like by the end he's, falling in love with her because she's just really good at organizing his life and helping with the kids a little bit.
Okay.
It was cute. He made a fucking cool toy where if you applaud, like like a holographic ballerina shows up and does the Nutcracker.
Wow.
And then when you clap again, she bows and disappears. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
So that one was cute.
Nice.
I watched another one called Hitched at Christmas or Hitched for Christmas or something with those words involved with Joey Lawrence.
Oh, good.
And
yeah, okay.
did you watch this one?
No.
He looks like 6 months away from being too old for this part.
Okay, good.
But it was okay. Basically, he's a workaholic. And his real Italian family wants him to find a girl and settle down. And his grandma is sort of a while you were sleeping thing. Like, like, grandma's in the hospital and she wants to meet your girlfriend. And he's like, oh no. So then him and a girl both like go on a website or whatever because the leading lady is Jewish and has an overprotective Jewish mother who's Mary Lou Henner. And so they both pretend to be each other's fake fiancés for the holidays. But what I really liked about this one was that they were both in on it. There was no like, I'm pretending, like while you were sleeping, she's alone in her lie.
Sure.
Essentially.
Oh yeah, I feel like with most of these Hallmark Christmas movies, they're typically both like, yo, let's pretend to be each other's beards.
What was cool with this one was they both needed a beard. Sometimes, usually it's like, I'm an overworked lady and my mom needs me to pretend to have a fiance or whatever. Like, I'm taking him home
it's
or
one-sided.
whatever. It's one-sided. This was very like, his crazy overprotective Italian family needs these certain things. And her crazy overprotective Jewish family needs these certain things. And they sort of have to like bridge this cultural gap. And it was like cute. I didn't mind it. What I liked about Hitched for Christmas was what I didn't like about Holiday Engagement, which I watched simply because Shelley Long is in it.
Yeah.
But Shelley Long was just very like 50s housewifey kind of. It was just, there was a lot of like, why aren't you married? And like, it was like icky.
I thought you said this was family only. Well, I didn't want the whole town to think that you were going to be a spinster forever.
This one felt dated. You know, it was like, no. So that one was a no.
Okay. Going the opposite direction, I watched one that I liked 80% of.
Sure.
So it's called The Mistletoe Promise.
Oh, which is weird because I watched one called The Mistletoe Inn.
Well, yeah, there are quite a few mistletoes out there.
These titles.
Right.
Well, they're together.
Oh, yeah. So The Mistletoe Promise is these two people. It's the guy who plays the gay boyfriend on Brothers and Sisters.
Okay.
I forget his name. It doesn't really matter. Joel McHale. Something. Whatever.
Joel McHale is from Community.
That's not his name then.
Okay.
It's not Joel McFarlane, but it's something, whatever. Whatever his name is. I don't know. He's cute.
Sure.
He's a decent actor. She's cute. She's a decent actress.
Hey, we're already in the plus.
Right? So they're like curmudgeonly, oh, I hate Christmas even though I used to love it. Different things. She runs a travel agency, but her ex-husband has like taken over.
Wait a minute. I feel like I watched this last year.
You might have.
Okay, continue.
So then they meet at a food court.
I watched this last year!
And he's a lawyer.
I liked it.
Yeah. It's fun.
He was cute.
He's a lawyer and he's like, why don't we, like, he's trying to make partner, but everyone's married and he has to impress them by being married.
I totally liked this
or
one.
Getting engaged.
So
they dropped the Mistletoe Promise and it was super cute.
Yeah, they do like a little contract.
Yeah, it's like stupid. And you see them fall in love. Like they're basically just dating the whole time.
The fact that I actually even remember it from last year means it was pretty good. I forgot about that one.
It was one of the better ones.
Yeah.
My biggest problem with it, though, is just that, like, it's going along, it's great. Like, the climax is a little muddy, and then it's over.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, just kidding, like, we can get together now. It was like, I would have liked 10 more minutes of, like, conflict and resolution.
Sure. I feel like she decorates his house with Christmas
They
ornaments.
do some Christmas. There's always Christmas decorating.
It happens.
There's always a tree. There's always decorating the tree.
Yeah.
There's maybe typically some cookie baking. Oh, we will talk about cookie baking.
Oh, there was a lot of cookie baking and Christmas in the air.
Oh,
like,
good.
our dead mom used to make the best cookies. And then she's like, well, I'm a professional organizer, so I make the best cookies. And then they make cookies. And she had a bunch of fucking snow globes. She had a whole table full of snow globes.
Of course.
And then she moves them all to organize them. And then he's like, we left them that way because that's how my wife left them. And she's like, oh, fuck, you really should have told me. He's like, it's cool. And then there's a whole thing about how the little girl is like nervous about a play, but her mom would always bring a snow globe for good luck, and it was like one particular snow globe. I was like, no, this isn't a thing. Snow globes are not for travel.
Well, it's like for traveling back from somewhere and be like, I brought you this snow globe.
Here, and now it will sit on the shelf.
My trip abroad, even though I am a CIA agent and I fight terrorism. Jump, Dana!
Jump! So I watched The Mistletoe Inn.
Ah, different.
Which was actually pretty cute.
Okay.
It's Alicia Witt, and she's a romance novelist, but she's sort of shy about it. So she goes to I guess it was Christmas themed, the convention. She goes to a romance novelist, Christmas themed, like, weekend, like writing weekend.
Oh boy.
At an inn.
Okay.
And, it was cute.
Oh, good.
She meets this guy, and there's supposed to be this big romance novelist writer who's, you know, gonna be there, but no one knows what he looks like. And of course, it's the guy that she's like flirting with the whole time. He's pretending to be like a normal person or whatever. And they like help each other with their romance writing by like pretending to be on dates and stuff. And it was cute.
Love it.
It was cute.
That's really cute.
I was like, yeah.
Okay, I'll watch that one. I did watch the Mariah Carey one.
I saw that last year.
Yeah, I forget what it's called.
Christmas Melody?
You know, I was so excited.
I was so excited.
Because it was like Kathy and Jimmy, Mariah Carey.
Lacey Chabert, the star of Hallmark's Christmas specials.
Right.
It's either Lacey Chabert, Danica McKellar, Alicia Witt, or Candace Cameron Bure.
Yep.
Those are the hot ticket ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bummer. Mariah Carey does not sing.
No, what the fuck?
Once Kathy and Jimmy leaves the movie, which is pretty early on, it's boring.
Yeah, this one checked literally, I went through, it checked I think 8 out of the 10 or whatever. It was like 80% of the drinking game. Dead parent.
Yeah.
We got a teacher, the male lead is a teacher.
Teacher, yep. Ohio.
Going
back home. Diner.
Going home. Overworked,
90s
can't afford
TV
life.
Star.
90s TV star.
Pretty much, there's a colorful peacoat. Too.
Santa is real. Colorful peacoat.
Wait, Santa was real in that one?
Yeah, the janitor was Santa.
Oh, I forgot about the Santa the janitor.
They have a date-ish
Santa the janitor.
meet cute with the teacher at the Christmas tree lot.
It's
like literally you check every box. You're wasted. It was great. Cheers.
Cheers.